I don't want my veggies to cook any longer. I don't want them to break down. I'm talking. She is so like in my biz. You done? Okay. Hey, I'm Megan Mitchell and I'm here in the Thrive Market Test Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you a super easy Instapot recipe, and it's Whole30 and Keto Beef Stew. Can't wait to show you how easy and delicious this recipe is. But before I start, please comment, like, subscribe. And if you're wondering what Thrive Market is, it's an online market where you can find organic and non-GMO products and frozen meat and seafood. This beef is from Thrive Market. Okay, step one, we're gonna season the beef. So when you look for this on thrivemarket.com, it comes as a whole chuck roast, and you can cut it up however you want. So I cut this into 2-inch pieces. All right, let's season this with salt and pepper, liberally. And then I'm gonna sear it. I have my Instapot up on saute. I have it on. So when I'm ready to go, I can just, that's searing. I'm crazy good at sound effects. I'm making this noise. Right? Crazy, right? That's me. I feel like beef stew usually takes 3 weeks to make. So this will be done in 25 minutes. I'm gonna drizzle in some extra virgin olive oil. So just working in batches, add your beef stew, your stew meat. So you just want it to get nice and caramelized and browned on all sides. You don't want to overcrowd the pan because you want it to saute and caramelize. You don't want it to steam. If they're all super close to each other, they'll just steam and turn kind of gray and not get that nice caramelization. So give them room to breathe. They're like humans. They need room to breathe. All right, the last of my meat has browned and caramelized beautifully. There's all these delicious little brown bits at the bottom of the pan. I'm going to use that to my benefit. I'm going to add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. If your beef released a lot of fat, you don't need to add this, but mine wasn't too fatty. She was just perfect. I'm gonna add mushrooms. I have 8 ounces of cremini mushrooms that I've quartered. And the thing with mushrooms, you add them to your pot or your pan and you don't touch them for a little bit. You let them sit, get a nice crust on the outside, and then stir them. That way they don't steam and they caramelize and they get nice and brown. And also do not season them at this point because adding salt will release some of their liquid and then they steam. So just let them sit for a tick. While they sit, I'm gonna cut up my parsnips. I'm just cutting these into 1/2-inch pieces. If you're doing keto, you can omit this, but I'm doing slightly larger chunks of vegetables because I don't want them to break down too much in the pot. And another reason why I'm adding parsnips is they really hold their shape. A potato or a sweet potato might fall apart. Since I'm adding butternut squash and parsnips, I omitted carrots. This kind of has the flavor of a carrot. It kind of smells like a carrot too. All right, I'm gonna check on my mushrooms. My mushrooms are nice and caramelized. I'm gonna season them now with salt and pepper. Just a little. I like to season everything along the way. I season my beef, I season my mushrooms, so I don't have to dump a bunch of salt at the end, but don't be heavy-handed because you can always add more salt, you can't take it away. You could see there's all these nice brown bits at the bottom. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deglaze the pan and scrape up all of those bits because that's just flavor. All right, I got all the little brown delicious bits off the bottom of the pot, so I'm going to turn off my Instapot. And to this, I'm gonna add my beef back in and all of the juices that were released. And then I'm gonna add a whole bunch of other stuff. I have 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of tomato paste. It's just super intense tomato flavor. Parsnips, because they're in front of me. 2 whole garlic cloves. These will just melt into the stew, so you don't need to chop them or mince them or anything. Just put them in whole. Celery. My butternut squash. I like that it adds a little starch to my stew. And these cute little pearl onions, they come frozen, and it's a lot easier than buying pearl onions in, the produce section and then peeling them because it's the worst. So they're already ready for you, and if you can't find them, you can just chop up an onion and add it. Red wine vinegar. This brightens up the dish and to my dried herbs. So you could use fresh herbs, but I feel like a stew or a soup or a chili, it lends itself well to dried herbs. So if you have these in your pantry, why not use them? Why not? So oregano. I like to crush it in my hand before I add it. I feel like it releases some of the natural oils in the leaf itself. So just like to give it a little, you know, two to three bay leaves, depends on how big they are. Like if it's that guy, maybe a little more. But if it's this guy, maybe only two. Whole rosemary. And it's fall, and I feel like fall is coming around. It's getting cool, not in LA because it's never cold here. Nothing I love more than when it's 100 degrees and I tuck into a bowl of stew, sit it on my deck, and I sweat. Okay, this is dried thyme. I don't know if I said that. This is dried thyme. Okay, I'm gonna give this a little stir carefully because I don't want it to splatter all over me. But I just want the seasonings to disperse. And when I make stews or chilies or soups, I want to make a big batch. All right, this looks perfectly stirred. Really, really great job. All right, I'm gonna add my lid to my Instapot. It's so pretty. It's such a beautiful tune. Set your valve to sealing. And then I'm gonna hit meat stew, and I'm gonna turn it down to 25 minutes. I don't want my veggies to get mushy or to break down anymore, so after 25 minutes, hit venting and stand back. See you in 25. Welcome back. This is cooked for 25 minutes. I quick released. Oh, she's bubbling. I want to reduce some of the liquid because it's kind of a lot. So I'm gonna hit saute, and I'm gonna cook it down, I don't know, for a couple minutes just until some of the liquid reduces. It's nice and thick and stewy. This is reduced beautifully. I'm gonna chop up some parsley just to sprinkle on top. And if you're looking for a side dish to serve with this stew, I make a mean keto, Whole30, vegan, doesn't really make sense here, but vegan and paleo cauliflower mash. I also make a cauliflower mac and cheese, which is so good with this stew. So keep an eye out for those. Got me a bowl, really deep bowl. Really large ladle. Okay, that's how this works. Deep bowl and a large ladle. That's how I like to scoop up my stew. If this isn't comfort food, I don't know what is. Sprinkle with flat leaf parsley, and there you go. That's how easy it is. Beef stew in under 45 minutes from start to finish. I hope you make it. I hope you try it. Please let me know if you do. Comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and you can find all of the products that I used at thrivemarket.com/prepschool. Happy cooking. The nice thing, the LL Cool J thing about this beef is, that's from my mom, and from my mom back there. Big fans of you.